That never gets old. Hello, BookTube. This is the Beauty and the Beast book tag, and I was tagged by Cara over at Wilde Book Garden. And there are 9 questions. Sorry, I had to look at my notes. I taped them below the camera there, because as everyone knows, I'm high tech. Okay. Number 1. Oh, what a guy, Gaston. Apparently Gaston said that. A villain you can't help but love. I'm going with the Reverend Lester Lowe from Cycle of the Werewolf. Or as the Gary Busey character called him in the movie Silver Bullet, Reverend Werewolf. The reason being is, the guy was, he can't help what he does. For the most part, he tries. But he was, one of the few villains I could actually kind of like. Plus, I think Everett McGill played that part, and I liked him in Quest for Fire, and he was in Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood. So, number 2, here's where she meets Prince Charming. The quote is attributed to Belle. Favorite, your OTP. I didn't know what an OTP was. I had to look that up. Apparently it's your favorite pair in fiction. So I don't have the book, thanks to some expletive I'm not going to name. But I'm going with Lewis and Rachel Creed from Pet Sematary, because they seem to be a perfect couple until all this, weird stuff happened. And if you if you bury your wife and she comes back and you lay a lip lock on her, like what happened in the movie, it's Denise Crosby. So, question number 3. I want much more than this provincial life. Again, attributed to Belle. A character who's destined for greater things. I'm going to go with Fiver from Watership Down, and just did a buddy read with Lucy over at BookX. And Fiver's awesome. Number 4, be our guest. A book that made you hungry. The Old Man and the Sea. Because this poor old guy who's out there, I don't want to give away any of this, but the stuff he goes through, and he's eating pretty much raw fish, and just it makes somebody like me hungry. Number 5, Beauty and the Beast. Opposites attract. So obviously you want a couple of their opposites. I'm going to go with Hannibal Lecter and Clarice Starling from Silence of the Lambs. I have that book around here. I couldn't locate it because, my stuff's unorganized. Number 6. But there's something in him that I simply don't see. Now, I don't know where this something there. A character who's more than they appear. I don't know who that quote's attributed to, but so I'm going to go with Virgil from The Vulnerable Gods, written by Todd Whitmire, aka Todd the Librarian. Because he's more than he seems. He's not just a fat, pudgy little guy who has a lot of brains. Number 7. I was innocent and certain. Now I am wiser but unsure. A book that changed you in some way. And there's quite a few books, because first semester in college, when I took English 101, my teacher, she was a real elderly lady, and I think it was the last year she taught there. And she said everything we read becomes a part of you, because she felt guilty for reading the bridges of Madison County, and that clicked with me. So, there are positives and negatives, just like with everything else in life. So I'm going to go with Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. It was the first Pulitzer Prize winning novel I ever read, and the last part of that book, you go through all this stuff with these guys, and then you get to the last part, and wow, I almost lost it. But number 8, Kill the Beast, the Mob Song, a book you picked up because of hype. Uh, American Sniper by Chris Kyle, and there's a lot of hype, and there's certain things of the book that people have tried to discredit. I don't know. I've always been fascinated by snipers. Since I saw the movie, well, I'm an expert marksman, or I was. Enemy at the Gate, Zaitsev, the Great Russian Sniper, and then there was the White Death. Wow, can't think of his name right now. Should have wrote that down. But anyway, I've always been fascinated by people who could kill from long distance. Number 9, I'll Never Shake Away the Pain, Evermore. A book or moment that always makes you cry. There's several that I could pick, so I'm going to be self-serving here, and this is an issue of Kudzu from 1999 when I was going to Hazard Community College in Kentucky, and yeah, there is a place called Hazard. And I wrote this little thing called The School, and it's pretty much a brief rundown about how I felt when that school closed down. It was a little 2-room school, and then, when they started consolidating schools, it took something out of the educational system, in my opinion. Made it more industrialized, and to this day, I can't read that without crying. And other people have read it, and they've cried as well. So, as a writer, when you capture that essence, you give yourself a pat on the back and go, I accomplished it with that particular piece of work. It doesn't happen with everything, and you writers know what I'm talking about. It's kind of a hit and miss thing. I mean, I wish I could write like that all the time, but that I'm really proud of that. So that was the Beauty and the Beast book tag. Thanks, Cara, from Wilde Book Garden. I appreciate it. I should have dressed up. I'm sorry, but this is the best I have. Everybody, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you later. Bye.